Hello friends of animation and welcome back to my series Honest Real Reviews. Yes, we are indeed back. Also, I'm really sorry that it took me so long to get my new video out, but well, the last weeks were really stressful for me because we're about to deliver the next Hollywood movie for one of the big Hollywood directors, and it was just a bit intense last week, so I needed to concentrate on work, obviously. And now I'm back. Now I have a bit more time. We're not over the hill yet, but well, it's a Sunday evening. I have a glass of wine, and you know what? 2 good glasses of wine. We need a good reel, and I think we have this today from Louis. I want to propose a deal. I keep trying to produce good and entertaining content, and you keep watching and subscribing if you find the content I create good and entertaining. I think it's a fair deal. Anyway, so subscribe. We are heading off to a cool reel. We will start a bit light as well. I don't want to overload myself yet with the length of this video, though I hope to keep it short, but well, I normally don't. So let's see. So this time we will review a reel from Louis Giuliani. It's again a student reel. It's really interesting because he worked 12 years as a graphic designer before until he decided, damn, graphic design is really not my thing. I want to become an animator. Join our ranks of animators. I highly appreciate that. And you know what? That's a risky move. And I like risky moves. So let me help you. Let's see what you got and what I think you should work on. And as always, it is just my personal opinion. This doesn't mean that this is right. Other supervisors, other people, other recruiters may think differently, but that's one feedback, right? And I'm honest and take it or leave it. And it's always up to you guys what you take out of my reviews. So Louis effectively studied 1 year of animation. The rest of his university was more like different stuff, but it's 1 year of animation. So let's see how good he got in 1 year of animation. Also, what we see is a reel. It's not a reel. Let me get that straight. It's not a reel. Not really a reel. But hey, let's see what it is, and then we go from there. Oh, and after the reel, after my review, I still have some cool tricks and tips for how to improve faster from my point of view and my experience, so stay tuned and hang in to the end of the movie. The end of the review. Louis Giuliani. Well, let's see what we got. Play. Cool, nice stuff, man. Nice stuff. 1 year, that's a fantastic start. So you got some potential right there, man. But let's see where you're at. And I know he told me already he wants to do a complete new reel, because honestly, let's face it, this is not really a reel because it just only contains some acting things from one project. And a reel should be a bit more diverse, even from a student. Should be, I think every reel should have the classics of body dynamics, acting, lip sync, weight. This could fall under the category of weight, this first shot, I think. Because, well, if you fall down, there's always weight involved when you fall down. Well, the heavier you are, the more you fall down, I guess. Never mind. So, this little boy here runs. And what I'm missing, I think the run is fine. What I'm missing is the impact. So, here, I think, so when we look at the legs, one important thing is even if you don't see the legs, how they continue, always animate them. It will be more accurate when you go for the weight. Then we want to see the hip. What is the hip doing? Because when we fall, everything gets driven by the hip, or, well, hip, the center of mass, basically, which is most of the time somewhere around here, I guess. Well, in his case, I guess with his huge head, the center of mass would be more up here, I guess. But assume we're working with this thing here, where the center of the mass is. I don't get what he's doing, because the screen left leg is touching the ground, and then he's landing here. So he's maybe using his screen left hand to soften his landing. But I think we can safely assume that this leg needs to slip somehow, and then his butt bounces to the ground. And when he hits the ground, we will see a hard stop. Even if he uses his other leg to soften the landing, we still need the hip to have an arc in Y like that. And it needs to, here's the ground. This should be a Y curve, a classical ball bounce. The leg slips here, and then you have the drop down, bam. And as soon as this hits and you break this, then the overlap of the head and the chest needs to come. So at this moment here, the head needs to rotate as well, and with a sharp movement, and the chest needs to do the same. So basically what you want to do, you want to continue this momentum which you break on translate Y on the chest, on the hip, and give it to the chest a bit, and a bit of the head. Rotate, rotate. Don't always only use one axis, obviously. Make it in the direction the fall goes, but basically take this momentum, break the curve on his head and the chest, and also have a sharp beginning. See this landing here, when you look at the shoulders, it's just a soft glide. Really a soft glide. There's no impact. I don't know when he's actually hitting the floor. And I really want to know when he's hitting the floor. It's a story point. I would not have chosen a static camera for that shot. I always like when the cameras are based on realism. So maybe a locked off camera, but with a guy operating it, following it a bit, a camera operator. Doesn't need to be a shoulder hold or a hand hold feeling, but if you assume this camera's on a tripod and there's one guy behind and then just rotates like a nodal move, but then you can follow him a bit more. In this whole shot, it looks like an action shot, and action shots get even more action when you have a nice move there. What this hand is doing is quite nice. It overlaps up. I think the fingers are, you overdid the fingers a tiny bit here. It's too, for my taste, it's too soft, because he's in action moment, he's enjoying it. But maybe keep them a bit tense, and not just go really soft and smooth. If you just go with the finger a bit like this, just to break the silhouette a bit. I would say try it out and see what you think fits the best. So what is he doing in this moment? Is he listening? So I think this head move is the mixture of I'm looking and I'm listening. So when I would behind me somebody is there, like I would look probably, and I would return the head maybe a bit more. See what the shoulders are doing? Is he coming? Because this is Big Brother, right? So you're like, hey, Big Brother, is he coming? Or is he hearing? Because then you would the eyes would go more up, and you would concentrate on this ear. I don't know. I think you didn't I think you did the mixture of that, because for look, I think you should rotate the head more, but for hearing, I would go more like that. I like what the big brother is doing in the background though. That's funny. Let's see your eye blinks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa! 3 closed frames. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, your blinks are fine. The only thing is they're completely parallel, and I'm not a big fan of really offset in the blinks, like a blink, you know. But when we look at this, if this eyelid here would be just already a bit lower, like here, so the height would be different. For my taste, the eyes are a bit too long close. I normally keep them 1, maybe 2 frames close. But if I have 2 frames close, then I have the close, overshoot, close, overshoot. This is cool. This is the first frame open. Second frame I normally have wider open. Third frame is 80%, 90% open. And then the last 20%, I use like 5 more frames, 6 more frames to smooth it out, to press it up a bit. And then I settle down a tiny bit again in the next 5, 6 frames. So it's really from the, it's like that. It also depends on the project. Sometimes eye blinks, you just 3 keys, you're done. But eye blinks in detail can be a philosophy and science for itself. Eye blinks are so complicated. The combination of this, the lid, the pupil, the jitter in the pupil, the eye darts, never mind. So eye blinks are a fantastic topic to study anytime. Look at slow motion eye blink, animated 48 frames per second, animated 96 frames per second, scale it back to 24, see how it looks. I think you need to know how blink really works in slow motion to then decide for yourself what blink, how much detail you want to put in that blink in this moment. Because not all moments, not all blinks needs to be that detailed. But, well, you need to know to make the decision. He's a bit static in the face, I think, in this moment. The mouth especially is not doing anything. And they both have really wide pupils. Damn! Are they drunk or high? Never mind. So, you know what I like? When you have this rotation up in the face, that you complement this up move with a bit of eyebrow movement. So you start the eyebrows a tiny bit lower than you would. And then you have this nice opening of the face while you do it. You can just do it really subtle. Maybe tiny slight widening of the mouth, slightly opening. Oh, hey, your eye blink. Yeah, this eye blink is too offset for my taste. This is the blink, but taste. It really comes down to taste. But if you do this, I would have chosen the opposite side, so you blink to the one where you rotate to lead the direction. Pull this corner a bit higher. Right now this looks really symmetric, this move, and then you want to grin maybe a bit more on the side where your brother is sitting. Huh? I think his reaction here is a tiny bit on the soft side. Ooh. Yeah. I would act this out stronger. Choose your timings a bit more aggressively. Ooh. Ooh. Huh. So one thing you could also do, like in this moment here, give a bit more life to the hand. I mean, you're intersecting here with the thumb to the remote control anyway. So the thumb could go a bit up, the finger could go a bit like that, the hand a bit rotation to it. Just detail, really. Detail in here would help. I think something should happen in this face a bit as well. Just again a bit, maybe a bit widening or something. I really like that you go with the eyebrows up in this frame, up, and then you pull them down to this nice squashed face. In this moment, if these eyebrows would be a bit more down, then you could, in the next frame, when this head stops, the eyebrows are still more down, and then they go up. There's a nice overlap basically to your head movement. Study what the face is doing. People tend to have static faces more and more nowadays, I think, but animation is there to overdo things, so overdo it a bit. Everything on this little guy here, everything moves at the same time. It's lovely that you have this often in the hand, it's really nice. But still, like, this pose is quite frozen and the legs are up like that. When you hit this once, if you then switch the hands into chest space, and then you can animate the chest, because all this is quite a solid block. And because your elbows are pressed against the body. Oh, see, elbows pressed against the body. They should be here. No, not as strong. Stronger. Oh, it's nice, yeah. Oh yeah, this shot really is a fantastic shot for a nice study of how your fingers behave when you do that. It's maybe a bit too much for student real, but it's a really nice thing to study anyway. Huh? What are your fingers actually doing? How is your skin and muscles deforming? Huh? Huh? See, it's... Huh? And the body dynamics, especially on this little one here. This move is cool. And then he goes up, and his body is going this way, to the right, and then to the left again immediately. So this doesn't work. It looks like you're blending into a run, but I think you need to continue the hip movement more like that, and he needs to have a bit more of this curve. Yeah, so he will be here now. You need to continue the momentum, so he needs to continue going there with the body. And then you can give the head a bit more overlap when he goes down, like in this frame here, a bit more overlap, a bit more... Yeah, there's a bit weight missing in this here as well. Last steps, up, down. I don't see the down is not here. See, you go with the hip, you go up. Where's my down? Give me a bit more of a down, a bit more. We have a missed opportunity in him, I guess. In how he got the bucket off. It feels too soft again, this movement. Maybe a bit more of a pop. See, you go up. Maybe push the hands more up. And then you have this. This is the apex of the move. Okay, now the hands just go up. Keep them going up. Up. So that... and then you have small settle back up. And like, this would be cool. Yeah, I like the last shot you choose here, like a switching of the television, ending the reel. It's pretty cool. The only thing is his arm, really. You have the arc, the stop, up and down. It's really from here to there is a huge, it's a huge distance in screen space you are doing there. How this remote control model-wise looks like if you have the buttons, if you can show the button. But if you could show the buttons, if they are modeled, it would be cool to see them. You know? But if they're not modeled, then this is fine. Oh man, I like your details in here. This is a nice one. Love the details in the finger pose. You hit this really well. Nice one there. I still feel all the expressions are a bit too symmetrical. I would go a bit more off. Not by much, just by 10-20% off more. It's up. Just a bit more. Body dynamics, facials. There was no sound to that. Lip sync would be a cool thing to do. And now to the thing I talked before, how to learn animation faster. And I think, as always, like we Germans say, Übung macht den Meister, would be translated to practice makes perfect. I think it's a thing. Doing case studies. Now there are hundreds and thousands of cases what you can animate, but choose your battles. And I will do a more detailed video about reference, but I think reference is king in animation in multiple phases. In the phase of finding your idea and then detailing. Shoot the details to get the nice, details in your shot. So also do case studies in animation rather than polishing a shot to infinity and polish your shot. This don't get you to the finish line early in your career. Polish comes with experience, and you learn way more if you do different kind of animations in the beginning of your career and just do them as case studies. Basically, you have this case study of the bouncing ball, you have the case study of the bouncing ball with the tail, the first acting shots. Use them as case studies for lip sync, for finger animation, for impacts like the first shot you have where the boy is dropping to the floor. How do I get the impact in there? So think of your animations in the beginning as case studies and try to get as many case studies as possible and record reference for specific parts of that case study to get these details you want to learn with your study right. So be my advice. Do more animations, not polished, but more. And I think this will bring you further, because the more you animate, the more different things you animate, the more you understand the globality of animation as a whole. And the polish, and with each animation you're doing, you will automatically get better, faster, and therefore more polished in the time you have. The polish will come over time. And polish is also like a entirely different topic anyway. If you found that entertaining, if you found that was good content, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.